I am not teaching, I am publicly learning. But hi and welcome to Learning for the Life in the UK test, part 198, Customs and Traditions, part 5. So we are on page 71. While doing short impingement training, if you participate in short impingement training, register your risk. We already had, in that order, Christmas Day on the 25th December. The people are celebrating at home Christmas. They have meals, as traditional meals, for example, roasted turkey, Christmas pie, and mince pies. And they are making gifts to other people. They are sending cards, and they're decorating the house. Sometimes they take a tree indoor and decorating that one. And on the night from Christmas Eve, on the 24th in the evening, to the 25th, there some people say that Father Christmas, or also called Santa Claus, is bringing presents. And on the 26th, there is Boxing Day, that is also a public holiday. As it's also with the 25th. And when we had Easter is in April or March, or April. And on Good Friday, the Friday, that marks the day of the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. And then the Saturday, it's the name here named, that's also oftentimes. And then the Easter Sunday, that marks the day of where is celebrated that Jesus Christ had resurrection. And Easter Monday is public holiday, there is also no work. And the 40 days before Easter are known as Lent. And in the past, many people were fasting, but still in the present, some people are actually fasting, and some people are giving up on something which means a lot to them, to reflect how good they have it in life, and to think of the people who have less, and to prepare for Easter. And the day before this Lent of 40 days starts is known as Shrove Thursday, where some people making pancakes out of egg, milk, and fat, which they have still, so that they don't have to throw it away, and it does not rot in the 40 days coming in which they don't want to eat any of these. It's not explained here, but I think that's what's meant. No, actually not sure. It could be just a tradition. But if someone takes it seriously with fasting, what would happen? No, in another way you could also say they would give it away. They would not eat it themselves, they would give it to people who would need it. So I said that story a couple of times because it made a lot of sense to me. But I'm not taking it back. Maybe it's actually just a tradition. Just to eat pancakes for no bigger reason. But there must be a reason. Why is it otherwise Shrove Thursday? And Lent begins on Ash Wednesday. Oh, it's Shrove Tuesday. It's Shrove Tuesday. There the pancakes are eaten, and on Shrove Wednesday, from there on the people are eating only as much as they actually need for 40 days. But these are most people not doing. The vast majority is not doing that, and as I said in the previous part, if some people understand it that day, I don't recommend or advocate or promote or encourage that people are fasting for 40 days. And chocolate Easter eggs are given to people on Easter then as a symbol of new life, are the eggs. And then we had Diwali. Diwali is known as the Festival of Lights. It's celebrated by Sikhs and Hindus. I just took my adding in, which I did for the last thing back, so I could now add something here, which I mentioned a little bit in the last part, that I assume that also some other people are celebrating it, but I want to order it correctly. Not many people can it be. So what I mean with it's celebrated by Sikhs and Hindus. What I mean is that it doesn't have to be 100% exclusively by Sikhs and Hindus. But I think what they mean is 99%, 99.5%. And I mean the same, I'm just using different words. And it celebrates the Diwali, the Festival of Lights. It's celebrated in October or November. It lasts for 5 days. It celebrates the victory of good over evil and the gaining of knowledge. And now we're having Hanukkah. Hanukkah is in November or December and is celebrated for 8 days. So Hanukkah lasts 8 days. It is to remember the Jews' struggle for religious freedom. On each day of a festival, a candle is lit on a stand of 8 candles called menorah, to remember the story of a festival where oil that should have lasted only a day did so for 8. So that's again, it's a bit complex. So Hanukkah is November, December. So it's a celebration which is in November, December. So if you're speaking of it directly from the beginning with the name, then Hanukkah is in November, December. And it's celebrated for 8 days. The 8 days we will have later. So it lasts for 8 days and is celebrated in November and December, Hanukkah. And it is celebrated to remember of the Jews' struggle for religious freedom. So it is about it is a remembrance that there was a struggle of the Jews to have religious freedom. And on each day of festival, a candle is lit on a stand of 8 candles. Yes, each day within 8 days. So on each day of this 8-day-long festival, there is a candle lit on a stand of 8 candles. So this is how to describe it? It's a stand, and there are 8 candles in, and every day one of them is lighted. And the thing is called menorah. So it's called menorah. And it is to remember the story of a festival where oil that should have lasted only a day did so for 8. Now here's an asterisk, but it's probably oversimplified. We take it more or less as that is here. So there was not enough oil, or it would have lasted for only 1 day, but it is celebrated that it did last for 8 days. And so Hanukkah lasts 8 days. Every day a candle is inflamed on something called menorah, a candle stand which is called menorah. It's November, December, and it is to remember the Jews' struggle for religious freedom. And it is about the festival. It's not easy to understand if someone does not know what's talked about. Of the festival, and there was sometime a festival there was not enough oil, or just oil for 1 day, but it lasted for 8 days. So that is Hanukkah. The next film will be Eid al-Fitr, and we will do that after we've done a bunch of short and pinch training. Let's do the whole short and pinch training. So if you're doing in this video Eid al-Fitr, then you can just play fast forward. If not, you can just watch it or skip away, or do a short and pinch training at your own risk along. Or we will do Eid al-Fitr in the next part, and I think we will do it probably the next part. Now we are just warming up. We're having your legs standing a bit apart, and we're doing just forward shoulder circles, just a bit. Back, up, and down, and the last time. And now backwards, and front. And in front, up, back, and down. Front, up, back, and down. And the next exercise will be the world lift. We continue to have a golden zero stand, having long arms and big hands to fist. And now we're turning the arms to the inside, and we're bringing the shoulders back, down, and together. We are bringing the chest to the sky. So turning the arms to the inside, and the shoulders coming down, with that. Now the arms to the outside, and the shoulders down, and back. And the arms to the inside, with the shoulders staying like down, together, open the chest a bit to the sky. And last time changing, just the arms to the outside, shoulders down. Okay. And release. And the similar exercise, so the arms at the outside, form the fist, a bit in front, returning the arms in front, and bringing the shoulders down. Okay. Move your arms to the outside. Shoulders up and in front. Change the arms in front. Shoulders down. And the last time, changing the arms back. Shoulders up and in front. And release. Now we shrug. We are lifting the arms up. Now we're shrugging the shoulders higher. And letting them down again. Do this only if you can do it without injuring yourself. We're breathing again in. Lifting the arms up. We're shrugging the shoulders up. And letting them down again. And we're breathing in and lifting the arms up. And shrugging the shoulders up. And again down. And the last time. Breathe in and lift the shoulders up. Now lift the shoulders. Let it go down. And now to a pretzel curl. The arms together and bring them a little bit down into the outside. And we're just observing how the scapulars are moving. Now we're opening up a bit to the outside. Back around the rib cage. One front, now a bit back again, opening up. And the last time just closing the arms. And the last exercise is the Sunday. We're having a sock or tennis ball to the outside with a low arm. And we're letting it forward. And we're catching it again. I know, it's slightly right. And on the other side. And now just stretching. One arm in front, shoulder stays back, down, putting the arm in, backing the thumb up, and we're trying to relax it. The other arm in front, putting the arm in, the shoulders back, shoulders down, putting the arm in, having the thumb up, and we're trying to relax the arm. And that was the shoulder pitch training. We're having 2.5 minutes. The last one we forgot the last time was Peter Mansfield. Peter searches on many fields with his MRI, magnetic resonance machine, treasures. So we're having television, JLB, John Logie Baird. Then we're having Sir Robert Watson Mott, Ritter, 1925. And television was 1932 and 1920s developed. Then we're having Alan Turing, 1930s. Then we're having the jet engine, also in the 1930s. We had no one who went to develop jet engine, Sir Frank Whittle, jet engine, 1930s. And then we're having Francis Crick, that was the DNA co-discovered, 1953. And then we're having Bernard Lovell at Rhoda Bank, the radio telescope. And when we're having James Goodfellow, the cash dispensing ATM, 1967. And we're having the Harrier jumper jet, they are just developed. Then we're having the Concorde in 1969 and 1976 as a passenger, 2003, I think was it, out of use. And with Britain and France. And when we're having the IVF fertilization, that was Patrick Roberts and Sir, was it Patrick Roberts? Yes, Patrick Roberts. Patrick Steptoe and Sir Robert Edwards. The IVF fertilization, 1978. Then we're having Sir Tim Berners-Lee, the Christmas Eve 1990, World Wide Web. And we're having Peter Mansfield with the MRI. And both of them were cloning Keith Campbell and Sir Ian Whittle. That was in 1996. Sir Ian Wilmot. Clowning Keith Campbell, Sir Ian Wilmot, and it was in 1996. So these are the 15 inventions here. I thank you very much, and have a nice time.